Hey everyone, and welcome to the Arbor DG Sports Channel with your boy Arbor DG. We are in the building. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button, and please make sure you hit the notification button. Hey, let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Today's game was sensational. JD5, the offensive line, the wide receivers, the running backs, the tight ends, the coaches, the defense, the fans, everybody played a part in this stumping of the Cleveland Browns today. You know, there was a lot of talk going in. Cleveland Browns, this was to be Jaden Daniels' biggest test yet against a A-class elite defense. You know, they were saying that defensive line led by Myles Garrett, the defense coordinator, Jim Schwartz, was going to make Jaden Daniels come back down to reality. You know what I'm saying? This was going to be a test for him. He played against weak defenses so far. That's what they said. They forgot all about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they played against Tampa Bay's defense, how he was running all over them, even though the scoreboard was a little lopsided. But he still showed promise in that game of yet to come, you know, for the rest of the league, you know, later on in the schedule. But it just wasn't later on. It was the very next game, you know, against the Giants. And then the Bengals. It's his signature game so far. And then Arizona. And now, all right, we done threw everything else at you. Now you get to face a real defense. And what did he do? Well, let's take a look at his stats real quick. 14 out of 25, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, got sacked 3 times, a passing rating of 85.1. Also carried the ball for 11 times, 82 yards, and 34 was his longest run. So does that sound like a defense that's shutting down a player? An elite defense, you know, they say. They couldn't do the job neither. Who can stop this young man? That should be the storyline, you know, each game. What type of defensive plan going to be the first defensive plan to stop Jaden Daniels? So far, this guy looking unstoppable. Even when Tampa Bay beat us, he still was unstoppable that game. We just didn't execute properly that game. It was the first game going up against Todd Bowles, former Washington Redskin, you know, from the 90s. You know, he went up against a Todd Bowles defense. Todd Bowles, everybody know Todd Bowles defenses are tough against rookies and show it and as well as Jim Schwartz defenses are tough against rookies. Yeah, he has an impeccable record against rookie quarterbacks, but Jaden Daniels made his defense look minute out there today. So let's go over some key highlights in the game. McLaurin should have scored on that scramble drill. That's what led to the first interception of the game. You know, McLaurin, you know, he's been balling out lately. You know, I just wish that he stopped getting caught from behind when he catches these long balls. But the Cincinnati game, he got caught from behind. You know, that was legitimate. But this game, he slowed down. He shouldn't have slowed down. Other than that, McLaurin, I know he wished he could have that fumble back. But the guy made a great play. You know, hats off to the guy that knocked the ball out of McLaurin's hand coming out of halftime. The defense, man, they was on it all day long. All day long. Louvu was like a one-man show out there today. Louvu was wrecking havoc all over the place. Deshaun Watson never felt comfortable at all. You know, he looked like Kyler Murray did last week in the pocket. These guys, that defense, man, making these veteran scrambling quarterbacks look like rookies out there last week and today. You know what I mean? So they stepped their game up all the way. My hats off to the defense, shutting down the run, shutting down the pass. You know, Deshaun Watson, he only threw for, he was 15 to 28, 125 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 7 times, a 77.2 rating. Sacked 7 times. He didn't throw no interceptions, but he wasn't affected because the defense neutralized him today. And Armstrong, man, can I say enough about Armstrong? Armstrong had a pretty good game today. Again, back-to-back weeks of Armstrong having a good game today. So early on in this game, Cleveland game plan was to man up, like they said they was going to do. They didn't shy away from what they said they was going to do. They did what they said they was going to do. They manned up. They played tight man covers because they felt like their cornerbacks was better than our wide receivers. That's what they felt like. Other than Terry McLaurin, even Terry McLaurin, they felt like their matchup was good. It was even against Terry McLaurin, but that proved to be not so. Jaden Daniels, they got to him. He kind of had to adjust to it, right? And this would make Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury one of the best duos in the NFL right now because they adjust on the fly. They saw what they was trying to do. It was like, okay, all right, y'all punched us in the mouth. Even staggered us a little bit. But after they shook it off, it was lights out after that. Jaden Daniels is remarkable, to say the least. I mean, I could use so many adjectives to describe this young man, but it's starting to be what we expect. He just make great plays after great plays, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The offensive line is playing at a Pro Bowl level this year. They gave up a few sacks, but for the most part, they gave this young man, a clean pocket. Gave him time to throw. And other times when they didn't, he made plays with his leg. But when they didn't give him time, that's because teams are blitzing and there's a free guy coming loose, and they saying Jaden Daniels got to make a play. So that's what the defense is saying. They're saying we're going to make you make a play, and that's all they keep doing. Every time they blitz, we had a long ball to Terry McLaurin. We had a long ball to De'Ami Brown. We had a screen pass to Austin Eckler. We had Jaden Daniels run up the field for 34 yards. Every single time they blitzed, we had an answer for it. Once we adjusted, we had an answer for it. So teams moving forward, if you want to blitz, be prepared. Just be prepared for big plays to happen. I'll take my chances playing zone against this guy, keeping everything in front of me, and putting a spy out there on him. Yeah, it's going to be tough to stop this offense, but that'll be the way that I'll play this guy. I'm going to play zone. I'm not playing man. He's going to eat the man alive. That you giving up big chunk yards and a lot of points doing that. You want him to lethargically, even though he proved he can go down the field lethargically. I'll take my chances like the Giants did and hope that they mess up in the red zone. And like he did if they throw an intercept. That's your only hope. Other than that, you can't stop this offense. Period, point blank. All right, Luke McCaffrey was playing great in the first half. He had a key plays, some good plays, some good blocks. He only had 3 catches for 19 yards, but that's not the impact that he had in this game. He had a huge impact. He's running defenders away from the actual player where it's intended to go. He ran open a couple of times today, and if Jaden Daniels would have saw him instead of hitting that pass to De'Ami Brown, Luke McCaffrey would have had a touchdown. So Jaden Daniels left some plays out there on the field that he will look at in the tape, and he'll see that he left some plays out there on the field. But he's only going to get better as the season goes. B-Rob wasn't B-Rob today. He's still coming off that injury. He's hobbled by an injury, so he was a little bit slow today, but have no fear. McNichols and Eckler is here. So look, McNichols and Eckler. Let's see what they did on the ground game today. Let's see. Austin Eckler had 6 carries for 67 yards. Jerry McNichols, 7 carries for 44 yards. B-Rob just 7 carries, 18 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. But that doesn't tell the story. He still ran hard with those 7 carries and 19 yards. Austin Eckler and McNichols, they give a different pace, right? So if you didn't have Austin Eckler and McNichols, it would be easy to defend the Commanders because you only had Brian Robinson. You know what I'm saying? And then you had Antonio Gibson last year. So they was a easier team to defend. Nowadays, they're not. You got Eckler, he can catch and run out the backfield. McNichols, he can run out the backfield. He's an explosive runner out the backfield. He can run very well between the tackles. So you got a 4-headed monster with JD5, McNichols, Eckler, and Brian Robinson. And then you got the outside guys. You got Eckler, you got McLaurin, you got Zacchaeus, you got De'Ami Brown, you got Noah Brown. I mean, it's just too many weapons to defend. And you got to worry about the quarterback. And the offensive line is blocking, so how can you defend this team? Okay, I want to point out Deshaun Watson, he walks off the field, undermining his head coach. I guess he said they was taking the points. He was like, fuck that. I'm taking the points. I want to say, when was that play? When they was trailing 24-3. He needed something, and he was there. They was in the red zone. Deshaun, it was a delayed game on one point, and then after that, it was fourth down. He was like, "Nah, forget that. I'm walking off the field. We're going to take these points. Let's play smart." He was thinking for the coach. The coach wanted to be aggressive. Knew he couldn't not walk away. He wanted to walk away with a touchdown. He didn't want to walk away with just a field goal. He knew a field goal wasn't going to cut it against his offense. He realized his defense wasn't going to stop this offense, and he wanted something. You know what I'm saying? He wanted a touchdown. Deshaun Watson like, nah, forget that. No, let's take the points. Let's make it respectable. Let's get something while we down here. We don't walk away with nothing, because they wasn't the Commanders' defense. Deshaun Watson actually made a great decision, because the Commanders' defense wasn't going to let him score that touchdown. They can forget it. Forget all about that. JD5 showed a lot of resiliency. I already really talked about JD5 already. I can't say enough about him. Like I already discussed, the four-headed monster. You know, I mean, this team is hitting on all cylinders. How can you defend this team? How can you slow this team down? That's not for us to worry about. That's something for the defensive coordinators to stay up all night and scratch their heads about. You know, I really like what the coaching staff did. The defensive coordinator, Joe Witt. I know DQ is having some of his imprint on the defense. I don't care who it is, man. That defense is playing lights out the last two games. You know, I don't want to hear nothing about Cleveland's offense. They had their weapons out there. Only person they didn't have was Chubb. That was it. They had their offensive line out there. They had Deshaun Watson, who's not a bad quarterback at all, $200-something million man. They had Cooper. They had Jerry Jeudy. They had Njoku. So I don't want to hear them. They had some skill players out there. They just couldn't get it done against that defense. The running back was ineffective, because the defense made him ineffective. The only time they started getting rushing yards is when the game was out of hand and the Commanders was playing pass defense. They decided to run the ball, because every time they drop back, sack. So the defense, kudos defense. Defense should get the game ball along with JD5. You know what I'm saying? The defense played as a collective unit out there. Even St. Juice is out there beasting out today. Whenever you don't hear your name called, that means you're playing very well on defense. When you don't hear your name being called out there, that means you're doing something right. Anyway, I covered everything. Like I said, JD5 threw for 14 out of 25, 238 yards, 11 carries, 82 yards, with a touchdown. So this guy is playing at an MVP level right now. A lot of people don't want to say it, but hey, he need to be in the conversation. Let's start the conversation of this guy being in the MVP talks. You know what I'm saying? We need to, because he's dominating out there. No, he didn't have that 300-yard game. No, he didn't have that 4-touchdown game, but it's coming. And once he put it all together and he started having those monstrous games, it's lights out. He's already having good games right now, but they could be better, and he know they could be better. He said he got some more work to do. He's only gonna get better. Like he'll let you tell it. You let him tell it. I'm a rookie. That's what he say all the time. I'm still a rookie. I'm still learning. Got a lot of growth, and he's right. Once he start getting them 3 to 4 touchdown ball games, it's curtains. It's lights out. We could be saying this team, winning multiple Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I like what I see. I just want to make a quick video. Talk about it some more tomorrow. But right now, I'm gonna finish celebrating, and taking it all in. It's your boy Albert DJ. Thank you all for tuning in. Peace.